In this video, I'll show you how to convert fractions to decimals and then to percent. The question asks us, convert the following fractions to decimals and percent. Let's start with A. In question A, we have the number 1 over 4. Now you can use your calculator to find out what 1 over 4 is, but since it's such a common fraction, we know that it is equal to 0.25. That right there is the decimal version for this number. Now we have to convert this into percent. What is 0.25, the number, as a percentage? To go from a decimal number to a percent, you multiply by 100. So let's multiply this by 100%. And by multiplying this by 100%, what you do without a calculator is you locate your decimal place and you shift your decimal place 2 to the right. So you'll shift this decimal point twice to the right. And you end up with 25%. Therefore, the number 0.25 represents 25%. In part B, we have a mixed fraction. We have the number 1 and then 1 over 4 right beside it. What this means is that we have a whole number, 1, and we have decimal 25 right beside it. Decimal 25. This number right here represents the decimal version for this fraction. Now to go from this decimal version of this number to percent, you'll multiply this by 100% once again. And just like we did in the previous answer, we move the decimal place twice to the right. So I'll do the same thing. I'll move this twice to the right and we end up with 125%. Therefore, 1.25 is 125%. Let's move on to the next part, C. Here we have another mixed fraction, 87 and 3/5. Now we know what 87 is. 87 is our whole number. And 3/5, you can use your calculator to do this, but it is a common fraction. 3/5 is equal to 0.6. So we have 87.6 as the decimal number. And to convert this into a percentage, we will move this decimal place twice to the right. Essentially what we're doing is we're multiplying by 100. Moving this twice to the right will give us the percentage 8,760%. Lastly, we have 1 over 25. We have to convert this into a decimal. Now for this fraction, you may not know the decimal by heart, so you can use your calculator here. 1 divided by 25 gives us 0.04. So I'm going to write down 0.04, and this represents our decimal number. Now to go to percentage, we multiply this by 100%. And if I multiply this by 100%, moving this decimal place twice to the right, I end up with 4%. So 1 out of 25 represents 4%. And there you have it. That is how to convert fractions to decimals and then to percentage. Now in our next video, I'll show you how to reverse. That is to go from this over to decimal and then over to the fraction.